I'm super excited to be part of this program because I also was a graduate of Polimoda many, many years ago. So I'm going back to my old school, along with Massimiliano Giornetti, who studied with me at the time and is now the director. So I'd like to welcome him to give us a bit more information about the school. For anybody that's interested, we have put in the chat the contact for master's applications, and there's orientation days. So you can find out more about the program if you look at the chat email address. We're also being joined by Linda Loppa, who is the art director of the school and senior advisor for strategy. She has been instrumental in not just inviting us, but in turning the school around or taking it into this new century, very different to when Massimiliano and I were there. So we're very thrilled to have them both with us because the four of us are going to be getting together on a regular basis and working very hard on getting this program together. Welcome, Linda and Massimiliano.
Thank you.
I'm very happy also to be with Linda, because we have been sharing directorship of two major design directions, she in Antwerp and me in Eindhoven. And we both know, what an important education can do, not only for the school, but for its environment, its city even, and its, inhabitants. And so we are very excited to finally have this occasion to work together. We've always been saying, oh, one day we should do something, and now this is here. So it's super nice. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Oli. Looking forward.
I really think it's extremely important, this collaboration, because it's coming from a mix of different cultures and also different experiences. So my thanks goes to Fimmano for being the bridge between us, Linda Loppa, and of course Edelkoort. We have been start sharing months ago this desire for making a revolution in fashion, starting from textile. As director of Polimoda, I really feel that we have to start from schools with the necessity to cure an industry that has been mainly focused and interested only on decoration and embellishment. Now we have to move into new ideas, new surfaces, finding new shapes. I spend a lot of time with my students. Actually, I'm in Manifattura Tabacchi, one of the headquarters of Polimoda, where we have midterm exams. And I have to confirm that in a world that's moving rapidly from the real into the metaverse, I found, as director of this school, the necessity to drive our students into urgent changes, to find remedies, to bring the industry of fashion into a textile as a new approach for changing the society, but also the approach of the final consumers towards fashion. Fashion is one of the most contemporary form of art because it's living with the people, and I really feel that from the people, from the studies of sociology, anthropology, or as Lee was saying before, archaeology, we have really to move and to drive. We don't have any more excuses. We have to act and to react. That's the reason why I found that the subject of today, a radical metamorphosis, is very much in needs. And we start from the schools with education, with an activity that's promoting the talent of the future generation of creative minds in fashion, but not only in fashion. Edelkoort was suggesting that everything that has a strong aesthetic nowadays is a definition of fashion, even talking about interior or sometimes touching the automotive. We really feel that we have the same values, the same necessities, and it's a world that's becoming bigger and bigger. I really believe that this is a language in which we have to allow our students to express themselves, starting from an ability to use senses, touches, hands, and textile is the best expression of that. We are finding that a lot of creative minds are very much flat in terms of surfaces. And I think that we, with this master, and also the name of the master, farm, fabric, fashion, is creating a new metaphorical approach to a change, starting from the ground, starting from zero, from a white canvas, creating expression that are, of course, tactile, but also and especially starting from a visual approach that's coming from a research of, as I said before, the sociology. So expression that are, of course, objects, poems, writing, images, and then moving into approaching a three-dimensional idea of creating a garment. We need a discipline in fashion. We also have to remember that fashion is in perpetual movement and also in transportation. That's what I feel as designer. That is one of the most fascinating side of fashion. The idea of continuity, evolution, and the human approach that we have to embrace nowadays. Thank you, Linda, for bringing also on the table your vision about this master and this collaboration with Philip and Lee.
Thank you, Massimiliano. Personally, for me, it's a joy because after so many years in education, I feel again that I'm super enthusiastic and motivated, because after a while, you feel that we are repeating ourselves. Here we have the moment that we have to, me, myself, think more and differently. Although the 2 years that we passed with COVID, we had time to think, and we found that there was really a radical change necessary, because fashion is going in the wrong direction, and we know that. So thanks to Lee and thanks to Filippo, who brought us together in this new experiment. I feel excited and really ready to jump in. And I think it's not only for the students going to be a life-changing experience, but also for us, because we have to speak another language, we have to go deeper in the essence of what the world is going to be. And it was really time now, because we can't wait. I feel the young generation, and you said that, Massimiliano, that they want the change, they don't know how always to do that, and we can help them to bring this to reality. So thanks to Lee and her experience, because frankly spoken, we could have made a textile department, but not without Lee and Philip. This is something more special. This is more like a philosophy that we are going to create together. And what Lee said in her declaration at the end was, we have to bring back joy in fashion and also joy in education. So I think that is the really reason why we are here today, all four, because we feel really excited, and we want to have that young generation with us to make the change.
Yeah, I think joy is a vital aspect. It's not just for our students and for us and the industry, but it's even for consumers.
Exactly.
Because buying so much as people are doing today, you just forget that you've been buying something. Some people just have, unopened boxes because they forgot, and they buy twice the same thing. They buy all the time the same things. And so you don't care anymore. It doesn't last as an impression. Whereas theoretically, something new should completely excite us, like, oh, you know, I have a beautiful new ceramic. Oh, it's so nice to drink from. So it's this joy that we somehow killed through overproduction and over information, while we are selling always the same thing. So it's a very strange moment we live in, is that it's, you know, we pretend it's new. Then when you really look at it, it's not. And when I'm comparing with what's happening in the design field, there's real new expressions, there's real new materials, there's very new shapes, there's very new solutions. And then when I go back to fashion, I think, why then in fashion, if it's a coat, it's always a blazer coat. If it's, you know, if it's a jacket, it's this blouson. And why does this why is this the only discourse we have? So hopefully the introduction of fiber and fabric before you make fashion will also somehow almost intuitively lead to other shapes. That is, my hunch is that might happen because you are cutting into your own fabric. So you're going to listen to the fabric before you make the shape. And so there's more respect, and then later on you will shape the fabric to fit the garment and so on. So it might completely overhaul the way of doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that
yes,
we're going to...
What I also feel personally, sorry, I will make just one thing, that the body is so important in this also, you know, and that we sometimes forget the body and as a beautiful object to dress.
Exactly. Mm.
I think that the kind of people that this very unique course is going to attract are a very special bunch of people. So we're making a call out today to anyone who's interested in doing a master's in Florence, which is of course a wonderful place to study. But beyond that, the Tuscany and Abruzzo regions are very famous for being the heart of Italian agriculture. And so we're going to be not just in the school, but also going out into field trips, meeting amazing farmers in the area, and also working, of course, internationally, not just in Europe, but even further afield. So it's going to be quite a multidisciplinary educational experience. And I think that we're going to be creating not textile designers, but textile thinkers. And they really are going to help us not just think about fashion and textiles, but really how to approach a new society, almost like creating perhaps a new community-led generation of thinkers, almost like the Bauhaus, perhaps.
Yeah.
So very excited about it.
Also, it's important to note that we are educating for everything which is fashion. So that means food, that means design, that means furniture, that means, you know, whatever a graduate wants his textile to become.
Absolutely.
And we want it to be the nicest and friendliest department of the world, because we think that the cynical attitude of fashion is is a disease, actually, and that we could maybe cure also the fashion industry if we would just know how to work together, how to collaborate. We don't live anymore in an individualistic society. All young people know that they want to do things together. And in many schools, we see students actually already working together and in pairs. So it's clear that the hierarchy in the fashion industry is obsolete and old-fashioned.
It's going to be an ego-free area. Ego-free zone. So we look forward to creating that. And I'm sure that the master's students will also be hopefully collaborating with other students in the school, especially in the fashion department. Massimiliano, do you want to add anything before we end?
Yes, I think it's extremely important because it's one of the main values of Polimoda. You have been mentioning the fact that the master course is in Firenze, and as many times Lee has been underlining, Florence is the fashion capital for fabrics in Italy. From Florence, we are creating connections to, of course, Como, to Biella, and even thinking in a more international direction, but keeping very loyal to the principles of this course. Collaboration for sure. The idea of Polimoda being a city in the city with 74 countries represented here is the perfect space and place in which develop ideas in connection with students coming worldwide to study design, business of fashion, merchandising, art direction, styling, and many other disciplines in fashion. I think this is the best place in the sense that the spirit of collaboration, even though respecting the individuality of each of our creative minds, is really one of the most significant aspects of studying in Polimoda. Everybody has the space and the place to develop ideas, and I think that the respecting the individuality is one of the most important approach in fashion. Linda was underlining sometimes we are in fashion ego-referred and selfish. I think that one of the elements coming out from the Gen Z is about the spirit of collaboration, always finding transparency in what they do, always finding the possibility to support each other. And I think that this is very important also for us to learn from the younger generation how much we have to support and also how much we have to create with joy a spirit of collaboration each other. No more individuality, but strongly believe in idea and a vision and supporting each other to move from just a greenwashing to take actions and to really make a revolution in fashion. I believe that Florence is perfect not only for the great relationship with the fashion industry, but also for this small, beautiful city made of a perfect balance between past and the future, the artistical tradition, the attention to the details, and the proportion. That's one of the bases of the Renaissance in Florence. So I think that starting from the past, the history, archaeology, anthropology, and sociology, we can very fast move into technology and innovation. This is like a beautiful bridge connecting our history, our past into the future.
Thank you, Massimiliano. So I was saying to Lee just yesterday that in a way, this course and even today's program, it very much embodies everything that the World Hope Forum stands for. And so it's almost a didactic translation of everything that the people that join this, these meetings are here to see. And that is the idea of designing from hope and not from fear. So we look forward to installing that message of hope in the students' work. So we're going to